Holy
Oh,
smokes.
it's a rainstorm.
It is that Hurricane Helene or something is coming down out there. Holy
Hurricane
smokes.
Helena?
Ladies and gentlemen, whoa, welcome to the Heyo show. Trust me, you all know how we do. I am your host, Matty Cakes, local legend inside the metaverse with a double S at the end of the cake. And by my side, as always, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, she's the co-hostess with the mostest from the west to the east coast. This is Miss Caddy Pookie. We'd also like to thank Lux Vision Studio Productions for being here and filming for us tonight, and additionally, the other member of Team MCK crew. We want to make sure there's nothing on this stage that you'll miss, so we brought in our fourth member, Chris. Whoa, lots. This is our last show for September. We did 3 shows back to back to back. I'm exhausted. My phone's about to explode.
So tired.
From all the advertising I've been doing. We got. I love when people invite me to stuff when it's in the middle of my own show. So, with the hurricanes coming, hopefully anyone out there watching, if you're getting hit with the hurricane, please hunker down. Just be careful. You know. Another thing, Medicare.
Do you have one rolling through? Oh.
What?
Sorry about that. So sorry. Here.
No, it's okay. This is old news anyway. So, Meta Connect 2024. What are your thoughts?
I have none. I don't. To be honest with you, I don't give a shit.
Meta, if you're
sorry,
watching,
not sorry.
Meta, if you're watching, we still want to be monetized. But listen, I got a funny story about Connect. Okay, check this out. I show up at Connect. And everyone down there is like, Matty. When I show up, I'm like, yo, what's happening? I'm running around. I'm doing all the different stuff. I'm collecting coins. I'm taking pictures, right? And then the countdown for the video starts. I'm like, all right, y'all, see y'all later. People are like, where are you going? I don't give a shit about the video. I just came for clothes.
For the fucking swag,
I just came for the clothes, you know what I mean?
That's what all I wanted. I just want the fucking swag and get the hell on out. I don't give a shit about that video though. Was actually fucking with my eyes. I don't know if it was messing with anybody else's, but it was kind of weird looking, like 3D. I
just purchased a new TV, and a new TV does the same thing. It
it's hard. I don't know. It's different with your on this. I don't know.
Oh my god!
I felt like I was going cross-eyed.
I had so much food while I was on the football field. Listen, how many people still talk to their grandparents? Confetti, please. Confetti. Anyone? Confetti. Thank you.
How many people's grandparents are still alive?
That's a morbid.
I'm like, dude, not mine.
That was a more morbid twist to it.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but we're old.
I was at my grandparents' house, and I decided I was going to spend the night. I haven't been to my grandparents' house in some time, and I'm in the guest room. And I hear, my grandfather getting in bed. My grandfather's body sounds exactly like the bed. It's creaking, it's squeaking, you know what I mean? But then I hear this dull thud on the floor, and I'm like, what was that? Like, it kind of startled me. And my grandpa, he says, not my grandpa, my pop-up, but he says to my grandmom, he says, why are you sleeping on the floor? And she said, well, I kind of want to feel something hard for a change. You know what I mean? So I was like, First of all, I was worried about how paper thin the walls were, that I could even hear that. Secondly, I had to draw my blanket up because I was like, that's a mental visual that I didn't want.
No shit.
Horrible. It's totally disgusting. Then,
but good for them.
Good for them. Still healthy. Then check this out.
Super healthy.
I had to go to the doctors. I'm getting old. I don't sound as young. I'm not as young as I sound. Right? I had to go to the doctors.
You don't sound young.
I do sound young. I sound.
No,
thank you, Kat. Thank you, Kat, for just shattering the last of the fragments of dream I had. But Jesus Christ.
You're welcome. I like to rip that fucking Band-Aid right off. You could be Santa Claus. You sound so old.
Oh. Anyone hear that? So, check this out. I'm in the doctor's office, okay? And I hate the waiting period in the doctor's office. It's probably worse than the standing back there in the last 2 minutes before we're about to go on, which seems like it takes forever. Horrible, right? one of my kids just flushed the toilet upstairs because I'm in the area that I do the show in, and I can hear the water running down the pipe. So it's remarkable. But this is what I'm accustomed to. Anyway, I'm in the doctor's, right? And the doctor comes in to the next room, and I guess he didn't close the door. I don't know what the case was, but I'm sitting there in that, cloth outfit, back wide open, and I hear him say to the guy in the room next to me, he says, it's not good news. It's not good news. And the guy said, well, what's wrong? He goes, well, you're going to have to stop masturbating. And the guy says, why? And the doctor says, because I'm trying to examine you right now. Could you please stop?
Oh my Lanta. Wow.
Sorry, folks. Everything's light lately, including our writers. But we
hire new ones.
No, lots of cool stuff. We're absolutely blessed to have our guest that we have tonight, Peoples, who has been like a spark to dry grass here in the metaverse. Anyone who knows Peoples or knows of Peoples, I mean, this chick came in quiet, silent, and then boom, spread like wildfire, and it was astonishing. And we had actually talked to her about being on the show a season and a half ago. But we couldn't fit it in until now, and we're absolutely blessed about that. With that said, we also want to acknowledge that next month, the set will be changing for the month. So just be prepared. That's all I can say. Anyway, let's cut through all the crap. And, oh my smokes, I hate that. That's scary. When I was a kid, I used to never go to the bathroom when there was a thunderstorm out. Kid you not.
Why?
Because someone told me one time that if the lightning strikes and hits water, like don't get a shower, they would always say don't get a shower during a thunderstorm. I would never take a leak during a thunderstorm because think about it. You know what I mean? Think about it. That's probably why I have half the problems I have now. Anyway, Huh? Oh my God. My arm was just on my wire, and I went to go lift my head up, and it jerked my whole head to the side. Oh my gosh.
You okay?
Kind of. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Heyo Show. So, actually, without further ado, let's get, who do we have in here? Whoa, look at all these names. Holy smokes. Wow. Just so you know, I'm not going to call any names. I'm reading the list. But when I lift my head and I look out at you guys, I don't see a single person. My eyes are closed throughout most of the show. I get so nervous. Anyway, let's bring down our guest, People's Publicist. Let's get her down here and get her on the seat, the hot seat. Here she comes.
There she
Hey, Pete.
That's my
Thank
sister.
you so much. Yes. Get it, girl.
Guys.
Peoples, thank you so much for being here. We're absolutely stoked. Before we ask
Thank
you
you for having me. Thank you.
Dude, of course. I met you in, I think I met you in Black Magic.
We did.
No,
we did. It was in Black Magic.
We were introduced before that. We spoke for the first time in Black Magic, tucked in the corner, when I approached you and asked you, what are you here for?
You did. You were very suspicious. You were like very cautious of me.
Well, everyone was.
You were.
That was the thing. Everyone was, but no one was asking. And I said, I'm going to ask her.
Right.
Because everyone was like, what is a publicist doing in here? What is she going to report on? You know? And
everyone was very scared. I remember.
And I thought to myself, I want to check it out because I want to know what she's here for. And it's been sincere ever since. Absolutely wonderful. Actually, I got ahead of myself, guys. I'm so sorry. Let me get this out of the way. Today, our sponsor is Shady Glades. We have the billboard out there. Shady Glades. struggling to care. Old people are always talking
Oh
about
my
there's no
gosh, I
place
didn't
like
notice how
home.
many billboards you have out there.
Yeah, there's no old people are always saying there's no place like home until you're trying to put them in one. So this week our sponsor is Shady Glades Meta Nursing Homes. Sorry. It's terrible. It's a terrible.
Shady
I'm sorry. I'm totally sorry.
That is horrible.
Thank you. Hey, we didn't put the billboard out there. It's our sponsor. So
Gosh.
I'm not going to find this at any other show. I'm sorry. I think our cameraman.
Be a man. Only take dumps on company time.
Yeah, like who approved
If you guys are in the first row, you can't
you
see
guys
these
see this
billboards.
billboard out here? Seriously.
Just so you know. Anyway,
I don't see this shit until like the day of the show either.
Sadie Chan in the crowd. Sadie Chan was in San Fran.
Oh, there she is. Oh,
Yeah,
she's
on mobile.
she's on that weird device. Weird. Oh,
There she is.
get it.
Junior, by
Girl,
the way,
come
if anyone hasn't seen one of the new avatar profile pictures, take a look at Junior. He's in the crowd.
You know what? There are a lot of great people for me in the crowd. For some
Yeah,
reason.
I got half and half.
I'm going to tell you
Yes.
why. I'm going to tell you why. It's because there's around 158 projectile emitters out there making rain right now. So, yeah. So if the
Okay.
video's a little jacked up, we're sorry, Lux. Don't worry, we'll still bring the chemistry. Tell us exactly what it is that you. And I know you get this question all the time. Tell us exactly what it is that you do.
So I am a publicist. So it's my job to manage a brand's reputation. So it's my job to come up with the brand strategy as far as communication wise and make sure that they are putting on the best front that they can for the public and for their audience, and also help them attract customers and visibility to their business. So I know a lot of people thought like a publicist is like someone who is like just into gossip and telling stories and spreading things, and that was a lot of what I've got when I came here into this space. But I've had to do a lot of PR for myself, in that aspect, like people know exactly what a publicist is.
Sure. And do you employ like a team, or are you a solo? Like what? Like, because I have to be honest, I don't know anything about it. So this is a genuine interview. I have no idea.
I actually used to have a team. Probably about 2-3 years ago. It was me. I had a virtual assistant and 2 junior publicists on my team as well. In 2023, when I came to the headset, it was December 2022 when I first got on the headset officially, but I didn't really start getting into it until October of last year. But in April of 2023, my grandfather passed, and that's when my business kind of took a hit. A lot of things changed during that time. I let clients go and I let my team go, and it was just me. So for 6-7 months, I pretty much shut down my business and didn't do anything. So I used to have a team of people working under me, and now I'm in the process now of building that team again.
Wow. Can we get some confetti for people's grandfather, please?
Yeah, my pop-up. Yeah.
Oh, you call him pop-up too?
I do. He used to, I'm very close to my grandparents. You were just talking about grandparents. I'm very close to mine. They live 5 doors down from me.
It's the worst week to have the nursing home billboard.
I know, right?
Yes, right. So they live. My grandma currently lives 5 doors down from me. My pop-up lived there with her as well. So I was used to him coming down the street and cutting my grass. He was really into landscaping and doing flowers and stuff. So my yard pretty much looks a mess now because he's not here to do it. So I definitely miss him. So a lot of things have changed, in that time, since April of 2023. Like I said, shutting down my business, but then hopping in here, I kind of found a renewed purpose and wanted to, I started back up and getting things rolling again.
That's good. I'm glad that you found that spark again. And it's true what I said. You were totally quiet when you first came.
I was very observant. I was here just trying to like really figure out what the fuck was going on here because I was just so amazed at what was going on here, the business that was going down.
Beautiful.
And I really was just trying to figure it out. So I was, maybe you would see me just standing in the corner just watching for a little bit because I was trying to figure it out. I remember I reached out to you on Instagram as well and started asking you questions. And that's when you kind of like, you gave me like the side eye kind of thing. And I'm not sure how we got connected on Instagram, but I think I saw your show and I'm like, oh shit, there's podcasts in the metaverse. Like, that's pretty cool. So I think that's how I connected with you on there. And I remember hopping into your inbox and just starting, asking questions and stuff. And you were kind of like,
I was. I'm very protective of this community. So it's like, I don't want to be the one. Like, if you were doing bad publicity, I didn't want to be the one that everyone turned around and said, there's that Maddie Cakes. He's the one that spilled the beans. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be that guy.
I get it. You gotta be cautious. I get it.
Yeah, but we formed a wonderful rapport because of it. Jesus Christ. Listen,
it's really coming down out there.
I need to hire a scripter because the loop on that thunder is insane.
Yeah.
Anyway, hello everyone.
I like it. I feel like
hi everybody.
I want
half of you, but hi.
I want to get to Sisters for Sisters because I, like I said at the show, regrettably had not been to one, but I wanted to give a heartfelt message at the season 1 finale, which was spectacular. I mean,
wasn't it amazing?
Oh, it was amazing. The rapport that you guys had on the stage, the laughter was genuine. Everything about that, and I think you have another sister here in the crowd. Goddess.
I do.
Shout out to Goddess.
That's this Goddess. The other half is in VR chat right now. There's an event going on in VR chat, so we had to split our time.
Perfectly fine. I mean, and so I wanted to ask you as a publicist, okay? And I only got this question after watching. There's a new show on Netflix called Mr. McMahon. I don't know if anyone else has seen it.
No.
So how do you adapt your team, your business to contemporary lifestyle and what's going on inside the world? And I'll give an example of that. When I watched this show called Mr. McMahon, it was about the WWE. It was about Vince McMahon from WWE, right?
Okay.
And westernized wrestling is a unique entity in and of itself. So they needed a way to revitalize it. They made Sergeant Slaughter a part of like the Iranian army, and then Hulk Hogan was supposed to come and back him up. But that was right when Iraq went into Kuwait. So they were like, whoa, this is getting a little too serious. We got to pull the reins on it. So how do you adapt when it comes to how you get the information, how you go out there, and how you navigate this information highway when it comes to the contemporary world?
So as far as like getting information, it really just depends on the type of client roster that I have at the moment. There's a lot of information out there, so I can't consume everything. But say I have a client who is a beauty client, right? So as far as that information, what I am doing is I am constantly going through Twitter, looking at the conversations about beauty. I have Google alerts that come to my email about stuff that's going on in the beauty industry. I also make it a point to make sure that I am cultivating, keeping relationships with beauty journalists as well, so that if my client is pitching something or if they have a new product or a new service, then I can just go ahead and, have that relationship with that person and be able to pitch to them. So it just depends on the client roster that I have. I have to keep my ear to the streets, as far as that is concerned. Right now on my roster, I have nonprofits. I also have an entertainment company and also a fashion company. So those are things I'm constantly looking at every single day and coming to my inbox.
Do you ever sleep?
So I do sometimes. I do.
You don't have kids, do you?
I do.
No, she doesn't.
Really?
I do.
Wow.
I have 2 boys.
It's funny. We talked.
You can't hear him. He's actually playing.
No, I can't hear shit.
PlayStation right now. He's very loud. I'm surprised you can't
How
hear.
old
So
are
we-
they? Do you mind?
A
Sorry.
9-year-old and 15.
Okay, so they're okay.
Yeah.
No,
Wow, good for you.
yeah, good for you.
Get
Good
it,
for you.
girl. Like
I tried to
shit.
I do. I try to sleep,
Fuck.
but you know,
Let's
you
see
know what?
some confetti
I
for the
work
mother.
really.
Like, you know,
I work best at night. It's crazy
Yeah,
because
yep,
I
yep.
literally like that's when my creative juices get going is at
Mhm.
night.
Mhm.
But my oldest son, he has to be up into the bus at 6:30 in the morning. So
Right,
I
yeah.
literally sometimes I work until it's time for him to actually go to the bus,
And then
and
sleep
I'm
when they're in school.
and then I'm getting the little one up and getting him off to school, and I'm sleeping during that time.
Right, yeah.
Because I work best at night, so
Yeah.
it works out. It works out.
And you had and I had spoken about this, of course, before when it came to kids, because my son plays football, your son plays football, and this and that, and it came out that we are relatively from the same area. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we're close.
You're in one county, I'm in another county. And I don't know where the fuck I was going with that one. I don't know where the fuck I don't know where I was going with that one. No, but
I knew you were gonna lose it.
no, you have I'm sorry.
You gonna start a football team?
I
Like
knew it.
what?
Yeah,
Like
what's up?
No, but we had actually talked about that in the past. For those of you out there who are sports fans and do not know this, okay, so some of you may know, some of you may not. The Philadelphia fans are, come on, we ain't no one to fool around with. You know what I mean? And
We're not.
We're not.
Really not.
And
We're
where
probably
she
not over
is
here.
from, and I'm not going to disclose this, but where she is from, okay, is one of the more rougher areas that you can come from. And when it comes to the surrounding area of Philadelphia, and you're from one of the more rougher areas that give the fan base the rough name, you know what I mean? So
Delco,
kudos to
all the
that.
way.
Yeah, kudos to that. And I definitely respect that a lot, because there's a unity there, you know, when it comes to.
And we're not unified about a lot, but we're unified about our Eagles.
I think I saw Uptown
sure.
in here. Uptown. We got Uptown.
We're not unified about a lot in Philly, but about our Eagles, we will come together.
We'll beat you up.
Them. We will.
We'll definitely beat you up. Shout out to Burden the Proof in the crowd too. Burden's
Where's Burden? Hey, Burden.
Right there.
Oh, I see him.
He's a
wait,
show.
I see people if I come close. Oh, I see Sue up there. Hey, Sue.
He's a show. He's a talk show colleague of ours.
Zim.
Zara comes to every show.
oh my
Mac.
God.
I'm seeing you guys now when I come up a little bit.
Yep. Shout out to Sherwin, Horizon Squares, of course. Also
Ooh,
filmed by
that's
Lux.
great.
Same as
Mostest with the
Ask the Burden, Speak Q.
Is that next?
No, that was
Squares
last
on
night.
next?
No,
Squares
Squares
is
is on hiatus right now. It's a little break.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, he's on the
Yeah, season 2 just wrapped. We'll be back for season 3 soon.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Let
Season
us
three,
know.
season.
Let us know. We'll promo for you. So
Absolutely. And y'all
I
gotta come
love
on.
that show. That show is actually really
Yeah, y'all gotta be on
interesting.
there. Y'all gotta be on the show.
I tried to get Maddie
I
one time. He was
asked to be
busy.
on there one time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maddie said no because
Let me
It was
tell
her
you
it was my
why.
birthday.
Yeah.
It was her birthday.
Aww.
So Caddy blocked me from being on.
I did.
That-
I fucking chucked that shit right
Said
off.
no.
I said, hell
Cut that shit.
motherfucking no. I love that
No.
show, but no.
I love Horizon Squares. It's
We
such
love
an
Horizon
amazing
Squares.
show. It really is.
Love Ask the Q. Love Indie Tours.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Sue.
Like, it's so many people in this audience who are doing dope shit.
Doing dope
Yep.
shit. Shout out to
Absolutely.
Sadie Chan. Sadie
Shout out
Chan,
to you
who was
guys.
actually in your season 1 finale for Sisters for Sisters. Shout out to her.
Yeah,
Who looks
shout
like
out.
she's here on mobile right now because she's
She's
hanging out
definitely
with
She's
on
her
at
mobile.
MetaConnect.
Yeah, she's at MetaConnect. Yeah, I hope the center of your breakfast plates are cold. So
What?
Just say.
Anyway.
Big dick.
so What has been the huge? Let's loop this thing back around. What has been the huge difference when it comes to what? Now, actually, forget the difference. What's been the biggest similarity between publicizing on the outside and what you're seeing in here?
The biggest difference?
No similarity. We were going to go with difference, but we went with similarity.
Okay, the biggest similarity.
Have you been asked these questions before on any other shows?
No, and you didn't even prep me. You didn't even like give me questions ahead of time. So like you literally like put me on the spot.
I didn't even write these
This
down.
is
I'm
all on the spot.
legitimately I'm making them up on the
This is
spot.
all on his fucking brain.
Okay.
This is why I just sit here and like
he doesn't even tell you.
No, dude, no.
Okay.
Telling anybody shit.
So the biggest similarity as far as
It's a good question.
that is a really good question as far as similarities. I mean, I can say there are a lot as far as collaboration wise here inside of the metaverse and outside. I feel like this is a really, really, really good place to build a community. You can really find a group of like-minded people who are into the same things, and you guys can build something together. You know what I mean? And it's different pockets in here, different niches. Like you have people who love the club, and then you have people who, love fashion. You have people who love beauty, or people, who love women's empowerment or entertainment or music or film or whatever it is. So I think that the biggest is like the collaboration that goes on here in this space. And that's like one of the first things that I saw when I came in. I don't remember the name of the bar that I was in. Maybe called the Rooster or something. Is that a bar? Is it Rooster?
Rooster.
Yeah.
Kai
I feel like that was one of the first places that's when we didn't have legs. That's one of the first places that I came into, and I remember seeing one of those, what are they called that you put your drink on the table? A coaster. It was a coaster on the table, right? But it wasn't promoting anything in the Rooster. It was promoting another world to go to. You know what I mean? Like it was like saying like we're here at the Rooster, but here this is another spot that you can go ahead and go to. So as far as those things, as far as like collaboration wise here in the metaverse, I see a lot of that, and that's kind of like what is definitely on the outside, and like the opportunities for community building here are definitely endless.
I love the collaborative aspect. I really do.
I do. We can't do anything alone.
No,
people have to understand that if we're not going to be able to build anything in this space or to grow, solo, you have to, have people behind you. And that's the only way we're going to get people to take notice about what's going in here is if we're coming in here and we're together and we're doing things together and promoting things together and making sure we're sharing things, that each other are doing. And like you're shouting out everyone here in the audience who has different shows. You know what I mean? Like this is the only way that we're going to grow is if we do it together. It's very important.
We tell people to go to those shows too. It's like, don't come here.
Absolutely.
Go there.
Absolutely.
Like,
we shouted out Burden earlier. Burden, actually, Burden's show was the first show that I was ever on. Okay. Now, mind you, I was with 3 other people, but no, 4 other people. 4 other people. So it was a panel of 5. And Burden, what the hell's going on with my hand? This show's so unprofessional. I don't even know how we're still. I don't know how the fuck we're still on. How are we still here? Actually, my next question is going to measure up with what I'm about to say. And
you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay.
No, I'm really good at that. So Burden was the first one to put me on to a show, and I was so nerve-wracked because before I didn't like being recorded. I didn't like any of that stuff. And when we sat down, it was like, oh yeah, we're going to be recorded. And I said, well, what? I didn't consent to that. What do you mean? And because back then, Maddie Cakes was a very mysterious person. I would come in for 10 minutes, drop some knowledge, and then leave. Okay. So it was
so mysterious.
No, it really was. That was pre-Caddy hanging out. Like, so there was a whole.
Caddy brought you out of your shell. Right.
I busted
Yeah.
out of it,
Yeah.
because Caddy was outside the show. But the good save for anybody in the audience. Remember that. So when it comes to that, how do you because I wanted because Lux actually films for Burden and Lux films for us, which is a great choice. I mean, Burden show is spectacular. His
Mhm.
professionalism is awesome.
Mhm.
And even though he wears tennis shorts, and that's why he won't be a guest on our show. Just kidding, Burden. It's an inside joke. It's an inside joke. But so the metrics, okay? I just asked Lux today if we could have the metrics for our show, and I was astounded by the numbers. With that said, how do you measure metrics and successes when it comes to being a publicist? See, I told you I would loop that shit around.
You did. You looped it really well. You looped it good. Definitely. So as far so
Hear,
I actually
hear that,
don't
Meta?
have to really as far as like metrics for my clients, I don't actually have to take account for any of that. There's a website that I use. So whenever my client like gets a hit or we have a share on social media, I literally just put it in there and it tells me what the numbers are. So I literally don't have to like count those things or even look at it. I'm literally just linking it to a website and it's like tallying it up for me. So what I do look at are the shares that the show has or that the article has. I also look at the mentions on social media because I have a setup through Hootsuite where I can like listen in on the conversations that are happening with my client and around my client. And I also look at the Google alerts as well. So the system that I have, like, put the link in there, it literally just shows me how many times it's been shared, how many times it's mentioned on social media, how many people have actually read the article on the website. So those are things that we measure as far as if we're doing a good job, if the publication is the right fit, or if we should, move on to the next one.
Super in depth. That's what we're here
There's
for.
a lot of tools out there to help you, with this kind of stuff. Like it's not like it used to be where you have to like sit down and like crunch numbers. It's like literally just putting it in, like just letting it.
Just analytics is all.
Yeah, just analytics. Yeah, and then at the end of the month, like it like the website literally will print out like a sheet for my client that I send over to them, and it shows the numbers for the end of the month. And I just like, this is what we have, this is what we're working with. We look at it and we kind of see like, okay, well, this worked well. Let's do more of this for next month. This didn't work well. Let's cut this out and stuff like that. So we just analyze month by month and try to keep the ball rolling and get it bigger and bigger and bigger.
That's great. That's good having momentum, but when it comes to crisis management, okay, how do you navigate and how do you get around handling bad publicity?
You gotta tackle that shit head on. I think that the worst thing about if someone is saying bad shit or about your company or about you, the worst thing you can do is stay silent and not say anything at all. You know what I mean? Like you got to put something out there. You got to come with a strong front, either putting out a statement, either talking, to the people, talking directly to your audience, let them know exactly what's going on. But the worst thing to do is just to kind of just stay silent on the issues. So definitely get in front of it. And that's where having a good communications plan comes in at as well. Because not every CEO wants to be the face of their company. You know what I mean? Like people, like you have to have someone, if you don't want to be the face of your company, you have to assign someone who's going to be a spokesperson for you.
It's like Black Magic and JC Pierre. Like
right. But it has to be someone who's going to be able to talk on your behalf and get in front of it.
May I interject real quick? Excuse me.
Sure.
And just in case you want to sit in a higher seat, there's stairs right there, sweetie. You can just go right up the stairs. She was struggling. We don't want any injuries here on the show. We're not. We're already low on budget, but it's you know what I mean. It took a fortune to get them curtains to go up.
Right. I'm sure. I'm sure.
I think this is fault.
This is ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time in the history of our show that the camera person speaks. But it is the sponsor's fault. Thank you, Chris. That actually scared the shit out of me, by the way.
I'm like, where did that come from?
Because I'm not used to hearing another voice on the stage. It scared the total shit out of me. Wow. Holy smokes. I think this is the most professional interview we've done, despite all the giggles and the sidetracks. I think this is the best one that we've done.
You're doing well. I'm loving the questions. These are good questions here.
Thank you.
He has great ones.
Kenny had one, but Kenny had one, but she
no,
didn't.
I do not.
You don't have one?
I don't have ones like he fucking does. Are you kidding me? I just asked you if you had kids. That's mine. That's where I go. I'm at a McMahon on this bitch, dude. I just sit here and look pretty.
I know, that's right. You look beautiful.
He's like, question man.
When it comes to, I'm trying to think of how I want to say this, because, like I said, I have no idea about this topic at all. I mean, as someone who's PR and publicist and whatnot, how do you feel about our marketing for the show? Was it decent?
Definitely, yeah, it is. I love it. You're very consistent as far as the ads that you put out. Very consistent with that. I remember when we first spoke, I was telling you about maybe like chopping up, episodes and putting them out.
You were the person who said it.
That was me. Yeah.
That was you, and I remember that. And let me tell you, we're on the what, the Samsung S24 now, right? Is that where we're at? I'm still on like the Samsung 9. Okay, so listen. So when I'm doing these ads, and when it comes to chopping, by the way, for anyone out there who watches Heyo on YouTube, for us on our personal channel, the reason why you don't see new episodes is because I haven't touched an actual computer, and I said this last week, in my home in maybe like 16 years. So everything's done on my phone.
So everything's done on your phone?
All that stuff's done on my phone. Yeah, doesn't it look nice?
It does.
I'm also paying a ton of money for it to look nice. So I am.
I asked him what the apps, and he told me, and then I'm like, you have to. No, I deleted that shit. I said he can do that.
We only got an account. We only need one account. We don't need two.
But you have to invest. You have to invest if you want to get something back.
You have to. Yeah.
And I'm glad to hear you say that you like the ads for it, and I do remember you telling me that, and I was like, yeah, that sounds good, but like actually chopping stuff up and doing stuff, I did end up getting an app that does that for you.
I sent you a whole website that does it for you.
And you did. You really did. And it was just like, dude, I was getting my ass handed to me on my phone. I was deleting all kinds of stuff, trying to just make room.
Well, that's because you're doing it on your phone. You need to get.
I'm a man. I'm stubborn. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the only way it's gonna work, Manny.
I know that joke I told about the doctor's office earlier. I don't know when the last time I've been to a doctor's office is. Like, I'm so stubborn as a man. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's unfortunate.
It is, but here we go. And here comes one of them loops. So, how do you measure budget when it comes to like each individual customer? Like, how does that even happen when it comes to you and the other customer, and then budgeting?
Wait, what do you mean by my budget or their budget? As far as
you answer how you, because like I said, I have no idea how this goes, and let's go by yours.
You want to know what my budget is, as far as
like a budget.
You want to know how I? Okay, so I think what you're asking. Okay, go ahead.
Let's throw that question out the window.
Okay, all right, we'll throw it. We'll throw it. We'll throw it.
Have you ever? Caddy's giving me the side eye right now. Well, can you see?
I see it. He just gave it to me.
There's no.
You know what's crazy is Caddy's particular eye shape in here. Caddy's particular eye shape in here. I always feel like she's mad at me. Because when she turns and looks, it's this avatar eye shape. I'm like, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Because I say off the wall shit. But have you ever pulled on a client, okay, that you were just like, oh God, like this is no bueno. Like I wish I just kind of like listened.
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. I've had a couple of those. I've had to fire a lot of clients, and I'll fire a client in a minute if I'm not feeling it. Like when you go in, like when I sign a client, if you're a service-based business and you're signing on a client, especially me, with it just being me right now, working with a small team, I'm working like one-on-one directly with that person. So it's like a marriage, right? So we have to work well together. We have to mesh well together. You have to trust me to be able to do my job, and I have to trust you to be able to do yours. But when it comes to like being micromanaged and shit, like I can't do that. Like that's the reason why I left corporate in the first place, because I want to do my own thing.
Micromanaging is the worst.
So I've had clients, who have tried to do that, and I've had to fire them very, very quickly. I will return your money and everything. I just don't want to deal with it at all.
I feel you on that, because I'm not gonna say who or say what, but sometimes like when it comes to choosing guests for the show, it seems like a great idea. And it's not as easy, because then like once they're here, and I'm not saying you've been phenomenal, but you've been phenomenal. But
Guys,
sometimes
give me the side eye again.
she's wondering where I'm going with this. No, she's
We'll just
wondering
look
where I'm
down.
going. But squirrel moment. What did dude? What do you think about us adding in the rain with all the hurricane talk on it? That's a pretty good touch.
That is pretty good.
That's a great touch.
It is pretty good.
I want to reinforce
I'm
that
loving
anyone.
all the ads out there. This is actually my first time to the set for this season, so I have not seen these out here.
The tonight's stage, actually, and I have to give Uptown a shout out. Uptown said, Maddie, why you got all that stuff moving around at the beginning of the show? It's a beautiful city skyline. You might usually get rid of all that stuff moving around. He said, you get rid of all that shit. And I was hanging out with him the other night in Fiji Bang, and he was just like, get rid of the backdrop that we have. And it actually freed up a good amount of stuff. So thank you, Uptown, if you're still here. Yes. So when it comes to the guests, sometimes bringing on people, it seems like the most phenomenal idea, and you're like, yes, dude. And then after it gets on the stage, it's like the relationship is not where the communication, like the whole dynamic does a shift, and you're like, golly, like how do we navigate through this one? So I assume that it could be around the same league when it comes to dealing with clientele. That's tough, man.
Absolutely.
Now you mentioned fashion. You also have a fashion business going on. Can we talk about that?
I rep a fashion company. Yes.
Oh, you rep one.
Yes, I don't have a fashion company, but
one of my clients.
No, one of my clients has a fashion brand located in Atlanta. No, I don't have time for that. Goodness. I don't have time for that part. I don't have time for anything else except for these kids. That's really about it right now. I can't think about opening another business right now. So no.
I have one in high school and one in middle school, and I'm just when I got used to having kids, they became teenagers, and it was like my whole world changed.
It changes stages. They change very quickly.
Very fast.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You have you do have an idea, but I mean, it's how many people out there have had kids? You're going through that stage right now. One kid's one age, the other one's another age. No one out there. There we go. We got a couple. But
kids out there.
Yeah, people have kids out there. It's like, and especially if they're going through puberty, like me. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even look at my daughter half the time. Yeah, it's a mess. The whole thing's a mess. But I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you make time, because that's a lot.
I don't have a choice. Actually, I don't have a choice but to do what I do. You know what I mean? I don't have a choice but to work. We gotta eat, so I gotta work. You know what I mean? These kids, they gotta eat. They're growing out of shape every single day. My 15-year-old wears a size 15 in shoes.
So do I.
Yes, like it's bananas. So I have to work or I have to buy shoes. So
You,
yeah, that's where we're at.
I order mine. Yeah, I order mine online. I got tired of going to the shoe store. I'm disappointed. You know what
Never
I mean?
have your size, yeah.
They
You know
never
the
have
good thing that's happening now is that since he is so into to football and schools are starting to like approach him, they started like sending him stuff unofficially now. So I kind of like the costs are kind of offset on the shoes a little bit, which is good. It's a good thing right now. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy
That's
about that part.
really good. That's oh my god.
Size 15 shoes are hard to come by.
They are.
So
They are. And my child who's in high school actually is in cheerleading. And listen, I'm going to say this to anybody in the crowd. If you have a kid who wants to pursue cheerleading, run in the opposite direction.
Like sports
insane.
I mean, sports altogether, the fees and shit that come with it is insane. Like it's a monthly expense for real.
These pay to play organizations are insane.
It really, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
I love this. I love this family talk.
Even like the gas money even get to the tournaments and the games and shit. So
God. Don't even
even those expenses are getting up there. So yeah, it's a lot.
So I'm formulating another question in my head because for some reason while we were talking about kids, I don't know why Facebook popped up in my mind. I have not had a Facebook in years. In order to make my account to originally come in the Horizon Wells, I had to make a dummy account because back then you had to have a Facebook account. And I haven't had Facebook in years. To be honest with you, I can't be bothered to talk to half of my family because they just all the time. It's like, dude, come on, give me a break. Stay on top of it, but
yeah.
What would you say an approximate?
Well, we have some I have weekly meetings with, some I have bi-weekly meetings with. I'm not, as far as my clients, I'll definitely stay in contact with them. As far as like introverted,
Hold on before we continue. So CJ, I don't know if you can hear us, but that your bot is echoing. Thank you. One moment, please. Wow, you can really hear a lot on that thing. That's crazy. So I didn't know my voice. My voice.
Yeah, I
sounds
know.
Like that. I thought I sounded completely different.
I actually hate my voice. I don't even.
I just heard my giggle and I was like,
for real. I don't like it.
Did anybody else hear that noise? I thought I heard a noise come from the audience.
Yeah, I don't like it. You did. So as far as like being introverted, what I mean as far as like doing things like this, like talking in front of people and audiences, I don't have a good time doing these things. I force myself to do these things because I have to talk about my business and what I do. But I love being a publicist because I get to be behind the scenes as far as pushing my client out there and having them tell their story. I get to pull the strings behind the scenes and I don't have to show my face. You know what I mean? You don't have to even know I'm there. Just know that my client is there. But as far as like communications with them, we have weekly meetings, bi-weekly meetings, and stay in constant communication because things are changing all the time. So I don't have a problem with, staying in contact with my clients. It's just the outside, like public, as far as like introverted wise, where I kind of shy away from sometimes.
Now, have we made it comfortable enough for you tonight to be on the show?
You have. You know what? I will say every interview that I have done here in the metaverse, everyone has made me feel very comfortable. I'm very comfortable behind this headset.
Same with your Sisters for Sisters. You really made everyone there, and you had a big panel of people. That was wild.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are the panels always that big, or
the last couple of shows we have had a lot of people on the panels because we've done like group things. Like we had like the Love and Marriage, we had the Whimsical Women, we had the Women of Hip Hop. So the last couple of episodes we did have about 5 to 6 people on the panel as well.
Let us know when it starts again so we can.
We're actually starting up in August 16th. That'll be season 2. I know it's short. We only took a short break, but we're starting back up.
August.
I'm sorry, I said August. Why did I say
October?
August? October. Yes,
okay.
October 16th. Our new time is actually going to be at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. So
okay, that works.
That's when season 2 starts.
Well, with the time winding to, we're at the latest 8 minutes. Oh my God, my did anyone hear?
Oh my gosh, it's 9:52 already.
Yeah, our show's
that
pretty
was
quick. Yeah, because we're pretty cool up here. So we did anybody hear my foot just hit the floor? Because I had my ankle on my knee and my leg my leg crossed, and my leg is totally asleep. It was like thump. It was. No. Oh my God! Now it's doing that tingly, my foot. When your foot wakes back up. Oh my God! Terrible. So if I start like wailing, just you guys know why. Coming to the end of the show, before I give my final affirmation, do you have anything that you would like to promo or speak out about and let everybody know?
Yeah, definitely Sisters for Sisters. Make sure you guys come through. Like I said, the new season starts on October 16th at 8 p.m. Also, keep an eye out for my new world, People's Press Room. I have the lovely Shay Arts working on that for me. So
wonderful.
It's going to be really dope, and I'm really, really excited about it. So that'll be launching in October for 4th quarter, because 4th quarter I have like a whole plan of things coming out as far as my podcast coming back, my PR This and That podcast coming back. I have an ebook dropping as well about digital marketing and PR. Wonderful. And I also have courses coming in 4th quarter. So I have a lot of things planned. So you guys can follow me on Instagram at the Meta Publicist. I have everything there. I'm on Meta Publicist on Threads, on Instagram, and also on TikTok.
Wonderful. And we actually have in that building up there, the one with the half circles behind Meta Exchange. That building right there is actually our Eye of Meta, which was a project that we started. We have a world of yours in there on the magazine rack.
I have to go see it.
Yeah, we have, because remember I reached out to you about that.
You did. did. Yeah.
So that building, when you go in that building over there or go to that world, you can actually see this building in through the window.
Cool. I have to go check it out. I definitely have to go check it out. Thank you.
No problem. No problem at all.
Is there a door in the lobby for that?
No, we don't do that shit. We have all the capacities out in the city skyline. So
I see. It's taking up all of it out there.
All the capacities out there, and that's for the audience.
I'll just type it in.
Additionally, before I give my closing affirmation, we got the honoring great talent out there. Let me say this before I do anything else. Honoring great talent, of course, will be the sign-ups. What did they say? Will be here's the paper. It's right in front of me. I'm stupid. So, honoring great talent signups are accepted until October 2nd. And that's the day after we get our new avatars, which is October 1st. Auditions take place on October 4th. This will be the last week that the honoring great talent billboard will be out there. So make sure you guys hit up honoring great talent because, dude, look, $500 for first, $500 for first, $250 for second. That's crazy. Also, again, Tommy Donks is looking for people to do voiceovers for this cancer awareness world. Hit him up. Tommy Donks. You can't get that name wrong.
No.
You can't get that name wrong. So hit him up if you're interested in doing something positive for cancer because it's very important. My closing affirmation. I heard this amazing quote today. Trees do not talk to the grass, even though they came from the same place. I want everyone to understand that growth happens in people in different ways. And sometimes you're going to have to leave some people behind, or some people are going to grow with you, or people that are in the same spot as you, you're going to be contending with them to see the light or to deepen your roots and stuff. And that's just the natural order of things. The best thing that we can do as people is how we react to situations, how we do things, and understand the fact, you know what I'm saying when it comes to the trees, that sometimes you will be stripped of everything. Sometimes things will be taken from you. But fear not, because this too shall pass and you'll bloom once again when things are looking right for you and the climate is perfect. Boom. So the quote I actually got from somewhere, but that whole speech I just made up. But yeah, that was. You hear that, Meta? You hear that, Meta? That's the kind of stuff that you get here. Okay? That's the kind of stuff you get here. I should be eating breakfast in San Francisco with everyone else.
You've been yelling at that camera.
I'm sorry. I'm not yelling at you, Lux. I'm not yelling at you, Lux. I love you guys. I love M5 Divine Time, and I love CJ Shotlow. Okay, just so you know. That's why we have the Lux Vision Studio Productions Tower out there to honor them. Great people. But that's my closing affirmation, guys. Like we always say at every single show, I don't give a shit about likes and saves to the world. What I care about is we take pictures and post them to the world, bitch, because we are, even though not in each other's physical presence, we are making memories inside of here. So that's what's more important to me. With that said, people, you've been phenomenal. I think you are our most professional show. I really do.
Thank you.
I think you were our most professional show. And
I had fun.
Did you? Did you have a good time?
I did. I had a good time.
I actually didn't drop anything this week. Yeah, of course. And
you didn't get swiveled in your damn chair either. Good for you.
I did. No, I did.
No, he did. I heard backstage when he said he pulled the cord.
Oh no, he pulled the fucking no. But normally he gets all twisted up. He's like, "Wait, hold on, I'm all twisted." And like then he like.
So I'll elaborate on it. I got twisted a total of 3 times this show, but I decided not to mention it.
Oh, never mind. You're still a toddler.
No, hold on. Let me lift up my head and see what I'm looking at right now instead of my computer. My ping pong table on my son's punching. So I'm like completely turned around right now. Yeah.
Oh,
I did get twisted. But we were absolutely astounded to have you here. And we're all going to meet out in the lobby, everybody. We're going to take photos, and then that's a wrap. Heyo show is done. Cut it.
Thank you, everybody.
Yay.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
And we leave the same way we came in.
This way. All right.
Yep.
Oh, these curtains are pretty expensive.
God damn.
Yeah, they're just what they in capacity.